They were only 5, but their hearts were bigger than the world they lived in. And when a stranger witnessed their act of love, destiny responded. Dear listener, before we dive into this story, I'd love for you to comment below where you're watching from. Emma and Lily were 2 little twin girls who looked exactly the same. They had the same brown curly hair. They had the same big green eyes. They even had the same tiny freckles on their noses. The girls lived in a small apartment on Maple Street in Springfield. Their home had 2 rooms. One room was where they slept with their mom. The other room was where they ate and played. The walls were white, but had some cracks. The floor made squeaky sounds when you walked on it. Their mom's name was Sarah. She was 25 years old. Sarah had to work 2 jobs every day. In the morning, she cleaned offices downtown. At night, she served food at a diner on Main Street. She came home very tired. Her feet hurt. Her back hurt too. Sarah loved her daughters more than anything in the world, but she worried all the time. She worried about paying for their tiny apartment. She worried about buying food. She worried about buying warm clothes for winter. Sometimes she cried when the girls were sleeping. Emma and Lily were smart little girls. They saw that their mom was sad. They heard her talking on the phone about money. They saw her counting coins on the kitchen table. They wanted to help her, but they didn't know how. The twins shared one special thing. It was a beautiful doll named Princess Belle. The doll had long yellow hair. She wore a pretty red dress with sparkles. When you pressed her tummy, she said, "I love you," in a sweet voice. Princess Belle was the only toy the girls had. They got her last Christmas from their grandma before she went to heaven. The doll was very special to them. They took turns playing with her. They combed her hair. They made up stories about her castle. They took her everywhere they went. One cold Tuesday morning, Sarah sat at the kitchen table. She had bills spread out in front of her. The electric bill was red. That meant they had to pay it right away or the lights would go off. The rent notice was also red. Sarah put her head in her hands. "Mommy, what's wrong?" Emma asked. She and Lily had been eating cereal for breakfast. "Nothing, sweetie," Sarah said, but her eyes were red from crying. Lily climbed onto Sarah's lap. "Are you sad, Mommy?" Sarah hugged both girls tight. "Mommy just has some grown-up things to figure out. Don't worry about it." But the twins did worry. They loved their mom so much. They wanted to see her smile again. They wanted to help her feel better. That afternoon, while Sarah was at work, the girls played with Princess Belle, but they weren't having fun like usual. They kept thinking about their mom's sad face. "Emma," Lily whispered, "I have an idea." "What is it?" Emma asked. "What if we sell Princess Belle? Then we can give the money to Mommy." Emma's eyes got big. "But Princess Belle is our favorite thing in the whole world." "I know," Lily said, "but Mommy needs help, and we love Mommy more than anything." The 2 little girls looked at their precious doll. This was the hardest thing they had ever thought about doing. But they knew it was the right thing. Dear listener, do stories like this remind you that love and kindness can come from the smallest hearts? If this story has touched you so far, please subscribe to see how these brave little girls changed their family's life forever. The next morning was Wednesday. Sarah had already left for work. Mrs. Johnson from next door was watching the twins like she did every day. She was nice, but she fell asleep on the couch a lot. Emma and Lily sat on their small bed. Princess Belle was between them. They had been talking about their plan all night. "Are you sure we should do this?" Emma asked. Her voice was very quiet. "Yes," Lily said. "Remember how Mommy looked yesterday? She was so sad." Emma touched Princess Belle's pretty dress. "But what if we miss her too much?" "We will miss her," Lily said. "But Mommy needs money more than we need a doll." The twins made their choice. They would sell Princess Belle today. But there was one problem. They were only 5 years old. They couldn't go to a store by themselves. They couldn't drive a car. They couldn't even cross the big street alone. "Where can we sell her?" Emma wondered. Lily thought hard. Then she remembered something. What about the park? Lots of people go there. Maybe someone will want to buy Princess Belle. Riverside Park was just down the street. The twins had been there many times with their mom. It had swings and slides. It had a big fountain in the middle. Lots of wealthy families came there to play. The girls waited until Mrs. Johnson was snoring on the couch. Then they quietly opened the front door. They held Princess Belle tight and walked to the park. The park was busy that day. Kids were playing on the swings. Moms were pushing strollers. Dads were throwing balls with their children. The twins had never been to the park without a grown-up before. Everything felt different. Emma and Lily found a spot near the fountain. They sat on the grass and put Princess Belle in front of them. They didn't know what to say to people. They had never sold anything before. Excuse me, Lily said to a lady walking by. Do you want to buy our doll? The lady looked down at the two little girls. She smiled but shook her head. No thank you, sweethearts. The twins tried again. A man jogging by stopped when Emma called to him. Sir, do you want this doll? She's very pretty. The man looked confused. Why are you selling your toy? Our mommy needs money, Lily said simply. The man's face got serious. Where is your mom, girls? She's at work, Emma said. Are you here alone? The man asked. The twins nodded. The man looked worried. He took out his phone and started walking toward them. Emma and Lily got scared. They grabbed Princess Belle and ran to the other side of the park. They hid behind a big oak tree. Maybe this was a bad idea, Emma whispered. No, Lily said. We have to help Mommy. Let's try again. They walked to the playground area. More families were there. The twins sat on a bench and held up Princess Belle. Pretty doll for sale, Lily called out. Some kids came over to look. They thought Princess Belle was beautiful. But when they asked their parents, the parents said no. Some parents looked at the twins strangely. They wondered why two little girls were at the park alone. An hour passed. Nobody wanted to buy Princess Belle. The twins were getting tired and hungry. They were starting to feel sad. Then suddenly, a long black car pulled up to the park. It was the kind of car that rich people drove. The windows were dark so you couldn't see inside. A man in a suit got out. He looked confident. The man walked toward the playground. He was talking on his phone about work stuff. He had gray hair and wore an expensive watch. His shoes were shiny and brown. As he walked past the bench where the twins were sitting, he heard Lily's small voice. Mister, please buy our doll. The man stopped walking. He looked down at Emma and Lily. He saw two little girls holding the most beautiful doll he had ever seen. But something else caught his attention. The girls looked sad. They looked tired, and they were all alone. Why are you selling your doll? The man asked gently. Our mommy needs money, Emma said. She works 2 jobs, but she's still sad about bills. The man's heart felt heavy. He had never heard anything so touching. These tiny girls wanted to sell their most special thing just to help their mother. How much do you want for the doll? He asked. The twins looked at each other. They had never thought about a price. They didn't know how much things cost. $15? Lily guessed. The man almost couldn't believe what he was hearing. These precious children were willing to give up their beloved toy for $15. He knew that doll was worth way more than that to them. Dear listener, would you be proud to have grandkids like Emma and Lily? If yes, hit the subscribe button. Otherwise, comment below why you wouldn't be proud to have such amazing little angels as your grandkids. The man in the fancy suit looked at the doll carefully. He touched Princess Belle's yellow hair. He saw how clean and loved she was. What's your doll's name? He asked. Princess Belle, Emma said. She talks when you push her tummy. The man pressed the button. The doll said, I love you, in her sweet voice. He smiled. She's beautiful, he said. But before I buy her, I need to ask something important. Where are your parents? The twins looked at each other. They were scared they might get in trouble. Our mommy is at work, Lily said slowly. And your daddy? We don't have a daddy, Emma whispered. The man's eyes got sad. He knelt down to be at their level. What are your names? He asked kindly. I'm Emma and this is Lily, Emma said. I'm Mr. Williams, the man said. Can you tell me why you're really selling this doll? Lily started to cry a little. Mommy got a red paper yesterday. She was very scared. She said we might have to move away from our home. Emma put her arm around her sister. The red paper said we have to pay money or the lights will go off. Mr. Williams felt his heart break. These little angels were trying to save their family. Just then, a police car pulled into the park. The same man from earlier had called them. He was worried about 2 small children being alone. Oh no, Emma gasped. We're in trouble. The twins grabbed Princess Belle and tried to run. but Mr. Williams gently stopped them. "Wait," he said. "I'll talk to them." Officer Martinez got out of the police car, scanning the environment. "Are these the girls?" she asked Mr. Williams. "Yes," he said, "but please don't scare them. They're just trying to help their mother." Officer Martinez knelt down next to the twins. "Are you girls okay? Are you hurt?" Emma and Lily shook their heads. "We need to call your mommy," Officer Martinez said. "She's probably worried sick about you." "But we didn't do anything bad," Lily cried. "We just wanted to help." Mr. Williams looked at the scared little girls. He looked at Princess Belle in their arms. He made a decision that would change everything. "Officer Martinez," he said, "I'll take care of this. I want to buy their doll and make sure they get home safely." Meanwhile, back at the diner, Sarah was having her own problems. Her boss, Mr. Peterson, was angry because she had been late twice this week. "Sarah, I can't keep covering for you," he said. "Either you get here on time or find another job." "Please, Mr. Peterson," Sarah begged. "I'm trying my best. I have 2 little girls at home." "That's not my problem," he said coldly. Sarah's eyes filled with tears. If she lost this job, she wouldn't be able to pay rent. They would be homeless. At the same time, Mrs. Johnson woke up from her nap. She looked around the apartment. The twins were gone. "Emma! Lily!" she called out. But there was no answer. Mrs. Johnson panicked. She searched every room. She looked in the closets. She checked under the bed. The girls were nowhere to be found. She grabbed her phone and called Sarah. "Sarah, I'm so sorry," Mrs. Johnson said, crying. "The girls are missing. I don't know where they went." Sarah's world stopped. Her babies were gone. Mr. Williams took out his phone and called Sarah. Mrs. Johnson had given Officer Martinez the number. "Hello?" Sarah answered. Her voice was shaking. "Miss Thompson, this is David Williams. I'm here with your daughters at Riverside Park. They're safe." Sarah started crying with relief. "Thank God. Are they okay? Are they hurt?" "They're perfectly fine," Mr. Williams said. "But we need to talk. Can you come to the park right now?" "I'm on my way," Sarah said. She hung up and ran out of the diner. Mr. Williams looked at Emma and Lily. They were sitting on the bench, holding Princess Belle tight. "Your mommy is coming," he told them. "She's not mad at you. She's just worried because she loves you." "Are we going to jail?" Emma asked with big scared eyes. "No, sweetheart," Officer Martinez said. "You're not in trouble. You were just trying to help your family." 20 minutes later, Sarah came running into the park. She was still wearing her work uniform. Her hair was messy from running. "Emma, Lily," she cried. The twins jumped up and ran to their mother. Sarah hugged them so tight they could barely breathe. "Don't ever scare Mommy like that again," Sarah sobbed. "I thought I lost you forever." "We're sorry, Mommy," Lily said. "We just wanted to help you feel better." Sarah looked at the man in the expensive suit. "Are you Mr. Williams?" "Yes," he said. "Your daughters are very special. They were trying to sell their doll to help you pay bills," he said, laughing. Sarah's face turned red. She felt embarrassed that a stranger knew about their money problems. "I'm sorry they bothered you," she said quietly. "They didn't bother me," Mr. Williams said. "They inspired me. I've never met children with such big hearts." Mr. Williams reached into his jacket. He pulled out his checkbook. "I want to buy their doll," he said, "but not for $15. He wrote something on the check. Then he tore it out and handed it to Sarah. Sarah looked at the check. Her eyes got huge. It was for $50,000. "Sir, this is too much," she whispered. "I can't take this." "That's not all," Mr. Williams said. "I want to do something else." He knelt down in front of Emma and Lily. "Girls, how would you like to come live with me? I have a big house with lots of rooms. You could have your own bedroom. You could go to the best school, and your mommy would never have to worry about money again." Sarah gasped. "What are you saying?" "I'm saying I want to adopt your daughters," Mr. Williams said. "I want to give them everything they deserve. And I want to take care of you, too." The twins looked at each other. Then they looked at their mom. "Would we still be together?" Emma asked. "All 3 of us?" Lily added. "Yes," Mr. Williams said. "We would be a family, all of us." Sarah couldn't believe what she was hearing. This felt like a dream. "But why?" she asked. "You don't even know us." Mr. Williams smiled. "Because these little girls taught me what real love looks like. They were willing to give up their most precious thing for someone they love. That's the kind of children I want to raise." Emma and Lily ran to Mr. Williams and hugged him tight. Does this mean we can keep Princess Belle? Lily asked. Mr. Williams laughed. Princess Belle stays with us forever. Sarah looked at the check in her hands. She looked at Mr. Williams. She looked at her daughters hugging this kind stranger. I need time to think, she said softly. Of course, Mr. Williams said. This is a big decision. Take all the time you need. Officer Martinez smiled. I think this is the most beautiful thing I've ever seen at work. That evening, Sarah sat in their tiny apartment. Emma and Lily were playing with Princess Belle on the floor. The red bills were still on the kitchen table. Mommy, do you like Mr. Williams? Emma asked. He seems very nice, Sarah said. But moving in with someone we just met is scary. He has kind eyes, Lily said, just like Grandma used to have. Sarah thought about her mother. Before she died, Grandma always said that angels come in many forms. The next morning, Mr. Williams came to visit. He brought lawyers and social workers to make sure everything was done properly. I want you to know more about me, he told Sarah. I'm the CEO of Williams Industries. I lost my wife 3 years ago. We never had children, but I always wanted them. He showed Sarah pictures of his big house in the nice part of town. It had a beautiful garden and a swimming pool. The girls would have their own playroom, he said, and you could go back to school if you wanted. I'll pay for everything. Sarah's eyes filled with tears. Why are you doing this for us? Because your daughters reminded me what's important in life, Mr. Williams said. Money means nothing if you don't have love. Mrs. Johnson came over that afternoon. She was so happy when she heard the news. Oh, Sarah, to have daughters like yours is a blessing. I pray for every family to witness, she said. Sarah's boss, Mr. Peterson, called her phone. She was scared to answer. Sarah, I heard what happened, he said. I'm sorry I was so mean to you. You're a good worker and a great mom. Thank you, Sarah said. But I won't be coming back. I'm starting a new life. After a week of thinking, Sarah made her choice. She called Mr. Williams. We want to be your family, she said. Mr. Williams cried happy tears. Really? Yes, Sarah said. Emma and Lily trust you, and I think I do too. The day they moved was the happiest day of their lives. Emma and Lily each got their own beautiful bedroom, but they still slept together because they were used to sharing. Sarah went back to college to become a teacher. She had always wanted to help children learn. Mrs. Johnson came to visit every week. She became like a grandmother to the twins. Officer Martinez stopped by sometimes too. She loved seeing how well the family was doing. Emma and Lily never forgot their old life. They were grateful for everything they had now. They still played with Princess Belle every day. Remember when we wanted to sell her? Emma said one day. That was silly, Lily laughed. We got a daddy and kept our doll too. Mr. Williams became dad to the twins. He taught them to ride bikes. He read them bedtime stories. He loved them like they were his own. Sarah fell in love with David Williams slowly. He was patient and kind. 2 years later, they got married in their beautiful garden. The twins were flower girls. They wore pretty white dresses and carried pink roses. We're really a family now, Emma said. Forever and always, Lily agreed. Sometimes the most beautiful stories come from the darkest moments. This family found their miracle because 2 little girls had the courage to love more than they feared. If this story touched your heart, subscribe to see more amazing tales of hope and kindness, or tell us in the comments what story you'd like to hear next. Here's hoping you'd listen to my next story too. Lots of love.